Hi, Schlockmeister fans. Finally finishing off six-pack volume 2. We're going to finish with the Loners. Let's check it out. Movie starts with a couple of cops.
Pretty dull, too, I'll bet, after a month's honeymoon.
I need the chance to rest up.
Married to tell you, huh?
You ought to know, Dad.
Being mean looking.
They get flagged down by this guy.
The blood, and he got some. You guys got to do something about those characters. They ought to be locked up. All of them.
He says that he got attacked by a biker.
Go on. I'm driving down the road.
But when we see a flashback, it's actually the opposite. This guy was messing with the biker. Dean Stockwell plays the biker, a biker named Stein, and whoa! After bumping him a few more times, Stein takes something and tosses it at him, which breaks his windshield and also cuts him.
Hey, you son.
The cops eventually catch up to Stein. A chase ensues. And the cops end up running themselves off the road.
Hit the brakes!
Stein goes to check on them, and one cop is dead. And of course, the cop thinks Stein's the bad guy, so he's going to try to shoot him. But he gets away. Stein runs off and hooks up with his friend Alan.
Barreling up that road after my head, man.
That's something you'd never give up to nobody.
I gotta go. And you gotta start taking care of yourself now, Alan.
We have a young couple here, and she discovers her mom just came home, so
it's my mother.
gotta get rid of him.
Exciting.
The actress is Patricia Stitch, and she plays a character named Julio,
Hey, how about
or Julio.
With me half naked, are you crazy? Let's have it right in the gut.
Mom is played by Gloria Graham, and she does not like her daughter's lifestyle.
What do you call this, a Roman orgy?
Did you see about that job at Woolworths?
What job at Woolworths?
The one I told you about?
I don't remember you telling me about any job at Woolworths.
So anyway, Stein and Alan end up at some, I don't know, outdoor event. A lot of other bikers, and that's where she shows up as well. French fry lover. They almost get into a fight.
Junior, come on, let's go. Come on.
Then they do get into a fight. And then with one look, she decides to go along. First thing they do is pull over so she can go skinny dipping with him.
Come on in.
Absolutely not. You come on out.
What's the matter? Don't you like the water?
I hate it.
Yeah, that's him all right. Thought that mechanic of his might have registered him under a different name. Thank you, Mr. Peters.
So the cops are still out looking for Stein.
Hey, that really is exciting.
They're basically on the run.
Well, can I come along with you? As long as it was an accident.
You're crazy, Julia.
He tells her the story of what happened.
As a matter of fact, you might even have a thing or two to look forward to.
Well, they don't have any money, so they decide the only way they can live is to rob and steal. And then she goes a little too far with this shovel. Killed him. They find a couple making out in the woods. They take their money.
Listening to you would make a person think we were some kind of bad guy. Hey, Alan?
Take whatever they can find from them.
I got a kind of problem.
Took their clothes
I
too.
wish I had that kind of problem.
Two of them become a couple. Alan wants a threesome, but they ain't having that. Eventually the cops have him cornered, but guess what? Weak hotel walls.
Believe that there is more power in the open palm than there is in the clenched fist. But today, in this divisive society of ours, these foul-mouthed, miserable misfits know only the power of the fist, the gun, and the bomb.
Stein has cleaned himself up.
Get your hands up and nobody move.
All cars stand by for bulletin.
So they held up the country club. Now he's going to tell a story about his father. He's half Native American.
And he never even tried to find me. Once an Indian, always an Indian. That's the way he feels.
Did you hear what that son of a bitch said to me? Show him what
Alan's in a diner.
No, Mr. A.
Getting beat up. And then he goes a little crazy.
Why? Why?
All my life, they've been on me. Everybody's been on me. I had to let it out.
Was probably
Leo's mom.
sitting around, minding her own business, and these maniacs came up to her and said if she didn't go living, they would have sold her.
She's thinking her daughter is innocent, of course. They decide to get married, although I don't think it's legal.
Great. Do you...
Cops are still in pursuit, of course. Trying to fight him off. Stein decides to visit his father. Who he's been estranged from, hasn't seen in a number of years.
Father, I need your help. I haven't forgotten what happened the last time I was here. And I can make up for it.
Only one left. We need you.
Uh-oh. Cops mean business. There goes Alan. And that's our movie. All right, let's talk about The Loners on the six-pack volume 2 here. This was an early 70s film, stars Dean Stockwell, and he plays Stein. Stein is his name. And the actress is Pat Stitch. And basically what we have here, it's kind of a biker movie. Stein is riding down the road, and this guy, this old man, is hassling him, almost runs him off the road. Well, Stein throws something at the guy's car, breaks his windshield, and causes a little cut on the guy. Well, the guy then flags a cop and pulls the cop over and says, "These bikers are out of control. You got to go get them. Stop them," that sort of thing. So the cops follow the biker. They catch up to him, and then there's a chase that ensues, and the cops end up going off the road, and they flip, and one of the cops dies in the car. Well, Stein goes to check on him, and the cop shoots at him, so he gets the hell out of there. Hooks up with his friend Alan, I think was his name, and then they meet Pat. Pat, who's kind of a young kid, probably 18 years old. She has some issues at home. Her mother's not happy with her lifestyle. Mom is played by Gloria Graham, by the way. So she takes off and is in this crowd with a bunch of other bikers, and she just hooks up with Stein, rides on the back of his cycle, and they take off. So then he kind of tells the story of what's happened to him, and they're kind of on the run, I guess, because the cops are after him. And the only way to survive in this condition on the road like that is to commit more crimes. So they have to rob and steal a little bit. And at one point they break into this, like, I don't want to call it, maybe it was a gas station, some sort of little store. And then the owner came out, in the middle of the night, and Pat's, the character, the female, Pat Stitch, her character name is Julio, something like that. She hits the guy with a pipe or something, and she kills him, and she feels really bad about it. I don't think she meant that to happen, but it would happen. So now there's another murder. Basically, they spend the rest of their life, or actually it is their life, the rest of the film, being chased by the police. There's a subplot here where Stein has had an issue with his dad. He's half Native American. I don't know, it really doesn't play into the plot at all, but he is. So he goes, at one point, he's estranged from his father, but near the end of the movie, he goes back to meet him again and try to make amends. But the cops have followed them there, and then a big shootout occurs. Alan is shot, and then ultimately Stein is shot too. We don't know if the girl got shot or not. As they were coming out of the house, they had just gotten married, by the way, or they were about to, I'm not sure, but she was in a wedding dress. The film cuts away before we see exactly what happened to her. They were both running out of the house. Then she just kind of like looked to the side and grimaced as the gunshots are going off. And the next scene, Stein is by himself, screaming and yelling, and he's got a gun, and then he gets shot all to hell. So did they all die? I don't know. The girl may have survived, but maybe not. I suspect probably not. That's The Loners. So anyway, actually, it's not a really bad film. It's just a cheaply made little biker flick. Nothing spectacular here, but not bad either. And it was well acted, so there you go. A couple of nude scenes thrown in from Pat Stitch, who kind of reminds me a little bit of like an Amy Adams. Not quite as cute as Amy Adams, but cute nonetheless. So anyway, that's it, The Loners. I don't know off the top of my head, because I forgot to look to see whether or not this is available in any other form other than the 6-pack volume 2 here set. But again, if it's not, then you'll probably have to track this one down. And if you've heard my other reviews from these movies, the 6-pack volume 2 is put out by Code Red. They made 3 of these volumes, and they only made 500 each of them, so they're pretty scarce. They pop up on eBay periodically, and if they do, you're going to pay about $50 a piece for them. So I'm happy to have them. I think they're pretty cool sets. They're certainly not cleaned up or anything. The picture quality is not great, but hey, it is what it is. Some of these movies are not available in any way, shape, or form, not even on VHS. So anyway, that's The Loners. Check it out. Leave some comments on what you think about The Loners. Watch it. Bye.